Good morning, everyone. Grab your coffee, put on your favorite jersey, and welcome to your morning commute. I'm Miles, and sitting across from me is...
the man who has been screaming ghoul all in his sleep for 2 straight weeks. It is your boy, Leo. Bro, the 2026 North American World Cup quarterfinals are officially here. The streets are wild, the energy is immaculate, and I am ready to lose my voice today.
I can tell, man. The energy in the city is absolutely off the charts right now. But we aren't just going to give you standard sports commentary today. We are looking at this tournament through a completely different lens. Today, we are talking about the AI supercomputer that is literally predicting the quarterfinal winners, who takes the golden boot, and even which players are going to mentally break down on the pitch.
Wait, pause. A supercomputer? Miles, bro, are you telling me the World Cup is scripted? Is there a leaked PDF floating around the dark web with the final scores? Because if the robots already know who wins, I need to make some phone calls right now. I need to secure the bag before kickoff.
No, Leo, there is no leaked PDF, and please put your phone down. The AI isn't reading a script, and it isn't fixing the matches. It's running massive predictive simulations based on millions of data points from the players. It's the ultimate high-tech educated guess, not a guarantee.
Okay, so it's just a giant nerd guessing who wins with a really expensive calculator. I can respect that. But wait, did you say it predicts who is going to mentally break down? Are the robots out here calculating tears, bro?
They actually are. It's combining hard athletic stats with behavioral psychology, and the results are blowing people's minds. So today, we are going to break down exactly who this AI thinks will win it all, and how it's completely changing the way we watch the beautiful game.
Say less! If a supercomputer is out here analyzing the sweat and tears of grown men playing soccer, I need all the data. Let's get right into it.
Alright, let's dive right into content part 1, the AI's Monte Carlo predictions. And before you start placing any wild bets, Leo, I have to state this for the record to our listeners. This is not a guaranteed blueprint of the future. The AI is running a Monte Carlo simulation 20,000 times using verified historical data and current tournament stats. It is a highly advanced, data-driven prediction, not an absolute fact. We always have to respect the unpredictability of the game.
Bro, you can call it a Monte Carlo, a Vegas casino, whatever you want. Just tell me who is lifting the trophy. My heart rate is spiking right now. Who did the supercomputer pick?
Okay. According to the supercomputer's final mathematical model, the country with the highest probability of winning the 2026 World Cup is France.
France? Again? Less blues? Bro, Kylian Mbappe is going to have more gold than a pirate ship at this rate. But wait, what about the golden boot? Who is scoring the most goals? Please tell me the computer picked someone spicy.
It actually did throw a bit of a curveball here. While France has the overall squad depth to win it all, the AI predicts that England's Jude Bellingham, or Norway's Erling Haaland if they make a deep run, has the highest statistical edge to take home the golden boot. And it bases this on a specific data metric called expected goals, or XG.
Hold up. Expected goals? Bro, back in my day, a goal was just a goal. You kick the ball, it goes in the net, and we all scream. How does a robot know how many goals a guy is expected to score? Is the AI sending them an invoice before the match?
It's not sending invoices, Leo. To really understand how we got here, we have to look back at sports history. Think about the movie Moneyball with Brad Pitt. Back in the early 2000s, the Oakland Athletics baseball team had practically no budget. So, their general manager, Billy Beane, started using deep statistical data, sabermetrics, to find undervalued players. He didn't care if a player looked cool, he only cared about the mathematical probability of them getting on base.
Oh, I love that movie. Brad Pitt was looking incredibly sharp, bro. So you're telling me this World Cup AI is basically Brad Pitt with a massive motherboard?
Exactly. The traditional baseball scouts laughed at Billy Beane. They said a computer was ruining the soul of the game. But then that cheap team broke the all-time winning streak record, and it completely revolutionized how every single sport on the planet is managed. This World Cup AI is just Moneyball on absolute steroids. Let's do a little roleplay. Imagine you are a scout for a massive European club today. 10 years ago, you watched a guy play and thought, he has great energy on the field. Today, you plug his tracking data into this AI, and it tells you exactly how his sprint speed drops by 14% after the 70th minute in high-humidity matches.
Bro! If I'm that scout, I'm firing myself and letting the laptop take my salary. Imagine knowing a computer is tracking the exact angle of your ankles while you run. But hold on, Miles. I'm looking at the timeline right now, and a lot of old-school soccer fans are furious. They are saying AI can't predict heart. It can't predict grit. What happens if a random underdog team just wants it more?
And that is the classic counter-argument. Traditionalists always argue that data models completely ignore human will and the magic of the sport. But the data scientists have a very powerful rebuttal. The AI doesn't ignore the magic, it actually calculates historical upset probabilities. When a massive underdog wins, it's usually because the favorite team overextends their defense or suffers a specific tactical mismatch, which the AI accounts for. If you look at the verified data from the past 3 major global tournaments, the teams that advanced deep into the knockout stages almost perfectly mirrored the top 5% of the pre-tournament AI brackets. The magic is real, but the math behind the magic is incredibly consistent.
Bro, you're telling me my gut feelings are officially obsolete? I can't just shout at the TV and pray for a miracle anymore? I have to pray to the algorithm?
You can definitely still shout at the TV, Leo, that's half the fun. The math just gives us a glimpse into the matrix. But speaking of human flaws and gut feelings, that leads us directly into our next segment, where the AI stops looking at the physical stats and starts analyzing the player's actual brains. We just talked about expected goals and physical tracking, but the most mind-blowing part of this 2026 AI model is that it has officially crossed over from physical stats to psychological stats. It is measuring what data scientists are calling emotional volatility.
Emotional what? Bro, are you telling me the supercomputer is reading diaries now? Is it putting the players on a therapist's couch during halftime?
Basically, yes. But it's doing it in real time, right there on the pitch. Let's do a little roleplay to really paint the picture here. Imagine you, Leo, somehow get called up to the US national team. It's the World Cup quarterfinal. The game is tied. It goes to a penalty shootout. You have to take the final, decisive kick to win the entire game. 90,000 fans in the stadium are screaming at the top of their lungs, and 1 billion people are watching at home. You are slowly walking up to the penalty spot.
Oh man, my palms are literally sweating just sitting in this studio. I would be absolutely terrified. I would be questioning every life choice that led me to that field. But you know I got that dog in me, Miles. I'm blasting at top corner, guaranteed.
I appreciate the confidence, but here is where the AI comes in. As you are taking that long walk to the penalty spot, the 8K stadium cameras are zooming in on your face. The AI is analyzing your micro-expressions in milliseconds. It is tracking the exact frequency of your blinking. It is measuring the microscopic sweat beads forming on your forehead. It calculates your heart rate just by reading the slight color changes in your skin. And it takes all that real-time biometric data and compares it to thousands of past penalty kicks.
Wait, the camera can see my heart rate? Bro, that is way too personal. I need some privacy to panic in peace. You can't just scan my anxiety like a barcode at the grocery store.
There is absolutely no privacy anymore. Because right before you kick the ball, the broadcast network takes that AI data and flashes a massive graphic on the screen for the entire world to see. It says, Leo's emotional volatility is at critical. Probability of missing this penalty, 99%.
99%? The disrespect. They are just going to put me on blast like that on national television? Bro, if I look up at the giant jumbotron and see a robot telling the world I am about to choke, I am picking up the soccer ball and walking to my car. I am going home. I am officially cooked.
And that is exactly why this technology is so incredibly controversial. The AI is predicting who is going to have a mental breakdown under pressure. It is literally putting a cold, hard mathematical number on human anxiety. They are actively analyzing the biggest superstars in the world, looking at how many times they swallow or look at the ground when they are stressed.
Man, I swallow like 10 times a minute. I'm just thirsty. The robot is going to think I'm having a full mental breakdown just because I forgot to drink my water. This is wild, Miles. But honestly, if I am sitting on my couch watching this on TV, that makes it so much more intense. Like, I really want to see if the guy can beat the 99%, you know?
And you just hit the nail on the head, Leo. That exact feeling you just described is what is turning this AI data into a multi-billion-dollar entertainment goldmine. And we are going to break down exactly how it is changing the business of sports right after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. You hit the nail on the head right before the break, Leo. That exact feeling, wanting to see a human beat the 99%, is exactly how this technology is completely reshaping the multi-billion-dollar business of sports entertainment.
Okay, but hold up. I gotta play devil's advocate for a second. My uncle is a hardcore, old-school football fanatic, right? He still wears cleats in the living room just to watch the game. If I tell him a robot is calculating emotions and dropping spoilers, he's gonna lose his mind. He says this tech ruins the romance of the game. What happened to the unscripted drama? If the computer already knows I'm gonna choke, why are we even lacing up our boots?
And that is exactly what the traditional media critics said when this AI integration first started. They argued that putting a mental breakdown percentage on the screen would ruin the mystery. They called it a data spoiler. They thought people would just turn off the TV because the suspense was gone. But let's look at the actual broadcasting data from the recent preliminary matches. It shows the exact opposite.
Wait, so people are actually watching more? Bro, how? If someone spoils a movie for me, I am demanding a refund and walking out of the theater.
Because in sports, it's not a spoiler, it's a challenge. Think about every great superhero movie. The villain is always this unstoppable force, and the hero has a 1 in a million chance to win. That is what the AI is doing for sports broadcasts. Let's go back to our penalty shootout scenario. You are walking up to that spot, and the AI flashes a 99% chance that you miss. What happens next? The live viewer data shows that in those exact moments, audience engagement absolutely explodes. Social media volume goes up by 400%, and live sports betting platforms practically crash because everyone is rushing to place a bet on the human beating the odds.
Yo! I see the vision. It's like the ultimate underdog story, but with live math. Everyone is watching to see if I can be the 1%. If I score that goal, I am not just beating the goalie, I am literally defeating a supercomputer on live television.
Exactly. It creates a brand new narrative, man versus machine. The AI doesn't kill the drama, it amplifies it. When a player steps up and actually scores against a 95% failure prediction, the stadium erupts twice as loud because the fans know exactly how mathematically impossible that moment was. They have the data right in front of them to prove that they just witnessed an absolute miracle.
Bro, I am getting goosebumps right now. This isn't just soccer anymore, this is a sci-fi movie. We are out here glitching the system. Okay, I take back everything I said. Tell the robots to bring it on. Let them analyze my sweat. I am going to be the anomaly. I am the glitch, Miles.
The glitch. I love it. Leo the anomaly. That might be the best nickname you've given yourself all year. So there you have it, everyone. The AI might be able to predict the sweat on your forehead and calculate the odds of a mental breakdown, but it will never be able to calculate the sheer willpower of a player who refuses to become just another statistic.
Okay, so the summary is, secure the bag on France, but watch out for the glitch. If Kylian Mbappe looks at the ground, he's cooked, but if he looks at the sky, he's a man versus machine hero. And Jude Bellingham is mathematically guaranteed to bag goals unless he swallows too much. I'm going to bet everything on a miracle, bro.
Please, for the love of everything, do not bet your rent money on a miracle, Leo. That is definitely not what the data said. But hey, that is our time for today. Thanks for vibing with us on your morning commute.
Peace out, Matrix Breakers. Go human team.
Have a great morning, everybody. Keep it real.
You ready for your morning dose of, well, everything? Miles, welcome back to World on a Spoon, everybody. You ready for your morning dose of, well, everything? Popo Pollo needs a win, buddy. Not quite, Leo. Put the meme coins away for a second. We'll talk about something far important and potentially delicious. Leo delicious in a global food crisis that's brewing right under our noses. It's not just about prices at the grocery store. It's about how much the world supply chain is starting to look like a house of cards. Miles. Okay, so let's set the table. You know how when you're making a grilled cheese, need the bread, the butter, and the cheese? Right now, it's like we're running out of bread, and the butter costs 10 times what it last year. Leo, 10 times? So you're telling me my avocado toast is under threat? This is a national emergency. Miles. It's not avocado toast, but it's close. Think about wheat, corn, and soy, boys. 3 things that earn everything from your cereal to your burger bun. Leo, so what's breaking? Is it robots going on chain? Is it robots going on strike? Because I always knew they couldn't be trusted. No robots, my friend, back to 1970s. We had a similar situation, but it was mostly weather related. This time, it's a perfect storm of climate change, the lingering effects of the pandemic on shipping and, well, global politics getting in the way of dinner. Global politics. So, like when my cousin Larry comes over for Thanksgiving and ruins the vibe. Exactly, but Larry is running a whole country. When major grain exporting regions face conflict or extreme weather, it's like one of the cooks in the kitchen just walked out and took the main course with them. Upbeat transition music. Miles, let's talk about the cost of your morning coffee. Leo, oh no, don't touch my caffeine. That's where I get my superpower from. Well, the price of coffee beans is hitting record highs. It's not because people are drinking more. It's because the farmers with extreme drought in South America and labor shortages everywhere. So, I appreciate enthusiasm, Leo, but it's a systemic issue. It's like everyone in the stadium wants a hot dog at the same time, but the guy at the stand only coffee savior. I appreciate the enthusiasm, Leo, but it's a systemic issue. It's like everyone in the stadium wants a hot dog at the same time, but the guy at the stand only has 2 buns left. So you're saying we're always bringing hot dogs Some experts are fingers at big corporations for hoarding supply to keep prices up. It's a classic case aside of potential corporate greed. So they're like my brother who buys all the toilet paper at the start of the pandemic. I see what's happening, Miles, kind of, but others say it's just the natural chaos of a globalized market under stress. The truth is somewhere in the middle. Upbeat transition music, Miles. Alright, Leo, the moment of truth. What did you learn today? Lee, I learned that my avocado toasty are basically at war with the world, and that I should probably start hoarding bread. Miles, don't Leo, the takeaway here is to panic. It's to think about where your food actually comes from. No, the smart play is to diversify your plate. Try explore different grains you haven't tried before. The less we rely on a single source, the more stable one becomes. It's like investing, you don't put all your money in one stock. So I should buy more meme coins? Miles, Leo, diversify away from meme coins, but you're getting the idea. The world's kitchen is complex. The more we understand the ingredients, the better the meal will world. Leo, that was a feast for the brain. Miles, my mind is officially full. We hope you feel a little smarter and a lot more ready to face the world. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep your spoon full, and tell Larry to stop the next one, phone. Music fades out.